So guys, welcome to DemFest. Today kind of a different video than usual because today I'm going to replace my very nice 19-inch S3 alloys with a DemFest sticker. I'm going to change those for these. And these are not looking better, but they are the winter set. So I just got the car onto the bridge, and yeah, well, let's just get the car up. First, get the bolts of the old rims. Let's get them loose first, and then I'm going to put the car into the air and put the new tires in. Because it's winter right now, it's almost Christmas, and yeah, we're gonna get some snow and some rain and some cold, so it's probably a bit wiser to take the winter tires. Oh, and by the way, I love those rims, and I also love those lights. I still think this car just looks so sick with the lighting, and also the interior. It's also lighting, and of course those LEDs as well. So first we're gonna use this clip to get the covers off for the bolt covers, and then we're gonna use this thing to get the bolts off. But first, the covers of the bolts. So actually these are kind of handy. You just put them on the bolts and you retract them and they just slide off like that. So that is pretty nice. I think those bolts actually are pretty ugly, so this is pretty nice to have. So actually for this car, to get the wheels off, it's probably pretty handy to put the car into park to use the handbrake. This is a manual A3, but we do have the electronic handbrake. But first, let's get the car into place so that the points of jacking up the car are aligned. So let's do that first. So the thing is, we first have to move the car in order to get these underneath it. So let's just drag the car behind like this, and get these under the points that are designed for it. You can find it here. So here's a little dot on the side skirt of the Audi. I would just put it under there, and you can actually feel it with your hand. We have a triangle here, an arrow, which indicates that this thing needs to get there as well. But first, we need to lower this because the Audi is pretty low. Then we need to align this one as well. So this one is here right now and needs to be here. So we just drag this out and get this one aligned as well. I think this is already pretty good. So, and for you guys to see what I mean by the metal part. So this is the thing from the hoist, and this is the metal part that you need to rest the car on that. Okay, let's get the parking brake on like that. And now we can get the bolts off. So now we can get the bolts off with the two that is in the car. So we just place them on the bolts, and you can try to only use your arms, but it's pretty often pretty hard to get them off. So you might need your whole weight as well. Let's try. Oh, those are actually pretty good. By the way, one reason to get the parking brake engaged is to prevent the car from rolling, because if you use your momentum on this tool, your car is probably going to roll forward, so keep that in mind. So we just loosened up the bolts, and the car is all ready to be jacked up into the air. So that is nice. Okay, so one thing to keep in mind is to only loosen up the bolts so that once the car is in the air, you don't have to use all that much force to get them out. Once you get them out fully before the car is in the air, then so if you fully unscrew the bolts before you just lifted the car, then of course you can imagine that a car without bolts but with the wheels on it still, it is going to be a mess, because then your wheel and your axle are not connected to each other, and then your car just falls down. So guys, right now it's time to get this Audi into the air. We've made sure that the hoist points are in place, or the jack points. We've loosened the bolts on the wheels as well, and of course we had the caps removed. So right now I'm going to lift up the Audi A3. So far everything looks good. Because this Audi is actually pretty low, as you can see here, like there's millimeters of clearance between those. So I'm gonna check the car around one more time to make sure that everything is in place completely in the right way, and then we'll proceed the hoisting. So guys, everything looks fine, so we're going to get up the Audi. So right now the noises that you heard were the tires screeching over the floor. One reason is the handbrake that was engaged, and the other thing is that this side of the Audi has already came off the ground, and this side is almost off the ground. So first I'm gonna write down on this piece of tape which side of the car these wheels were on, and if they were on the front or the rear of the car, so that once I'm getting these back on again, they're the same and they don't make any noise. So as you guys saw, when you loosen up all the bolts, the wheel just usually falls off. You have to keep in mind that a wheel does actually weigh quite a lot of kilograms, so make sure that it doesn't drop too far, and well, to be fair, better not drop them at all. And these are the new ones, well, the winter ones. So guys, actually all wheels have a distinguished rotation of the tire, and as you can see here, this winter tire marks an arrow, and that arrow points that way, which means that the wheel needs to travel this side. So this right now is the left front wheel of the car, and actually there is a mark here that says that this is the rotation. You have to make sure that the bolt holes are aligned perfectly. So you just put in the bolt and maybe turn them a little bit to get them in, and then just loosely tighten them up so that the wheel doesn't fall off. So right now I put one bolt in place, and that is enough for the wheel to not fall off. So right now it's important to make sure that the wheel doesn't have any clearance over the axle. So just move the wheel slightly, and most of the time after moving the wheel you can even get the bolts a little tighter than before. So make sure they are hand tight right now. Once the car is down on the floor again, then we're going to really tighten them up. So what do you guys think of the winter set of the Audi A3? So these are the 17-inch alloys. I've actually bought those with the tires as well for 300 euros, so that's nothing. And these are the beautiful S3, and they look stunning. And it goes off like that. So again, right here I have the new wheel. Again with the front, just get the holes aligned first, and then get one bolt in so that it's not falling off again. So guys, I just put on all the wheels, and I have to say they are not too bad. I mean, of course they're not as nice as the 19-inch alloys, but they do the job. So I've actually hand bolted all these bolts, and right now we're going to lower the car in order to get the bolts on good. So right now we're going to lower the Audi. So guys, the Audi is back on the ground. So right now let's tighten up those bolts and take it for a test drive after getting all those hood caps on again. So guys, that's it for now. We have successfully changed the summer set for the winter set of the Audi, and we've right now installed the 17-inch winter tire set for the upcoming winter. If you find this kind of videos informative, then please let us know. And if you have any recommendations for future videos or things that you would like to see us doing on both our cars, then of course please let us know. I think these videos are also kind of nice to make, and actually pretty informative as well. So guys, thank you for watching, and yeah, see you guys next video. Ciao.